The Siren's Well. In a small, isolated village, a legend circulated about a cursed well at the edge of the woods. Locals spoke of eerie sounds emanating from its depths, cries and whispers that chilled the bones. No one dared to approach it after sunset. One night, a group of friends, fueled by bravado and a desire to prove their courage, ventured to the well with flashlights and laughter. As they approached, a thick fog rolled in, enveloping them in an oppressive silence. The air felt heavy, charged with an unsettling energy. Standing around the well, they peered into the darkness. The flickering beams of their flashlights danced on the surface of the water, and an unnatural chill crept through the air. "Let's make a wish," one of them suggested, half-jokingly. They tossed in a handful of pebbles, laughing, but the laughter quickly faded as the atmosphere shifted. Suddenly, a low, guttural whisper broke the stillness. "Help me." The friends exchanged nervous glances, unsure if they had all heard it. They chuckled, trying to brush it off, but the voice came again, clearer this time, echoing from the depths of the well. "Help me, please." One of them, a skeptic named Jake, stepped forward, peering over the edge. "It's just a trick of the wind," he said, but his bravado wavered. As he leaned in closer, something stirred beneath the surface, a dark shadow shifting in the water. Panic shot through the group, and they urged him to step back. But Jake, compelled by a strange force, couldn't tear his gaze away. The whispers grew louder, more urgent, filling his mind with dread. "Help me. I need you." The voice was familiar, beckoning. With a sudden jolt, he remembered, it was his younger sister, who had drowned years ago. Before anyone could stop him, he reached for a rope tied to a nearby tree, intent on rescuing her. The others, terrified, grabbed him, pulling him back. "You can't," they shouted, but Jake was lost in his grief and desperation. He jumped, plunging into the icy water. The darkness swallowed him. As he submerged, he felt cold fingers wrapping around his ankles, pulling him deeper. The whispers became frantic, now full of anger. "You shouldn't have come. This is my domain." Above, his friends screamed, their flashlights flickering wildly. They could see Jake thrashing beneath the surface, but as they reached for him, he vanished into the inky blackness. The last thing they heard was a chilling laugh echoing from the well. Panic-stricken, they ran, leaving the cursed well behind. But the next day, they returned, drawn by a force they couldn't explain. The well stood silently, but a new whisper floated on the air, "Help me, help us." They had come to realize that the well didn't just take lives, it lured them in, forever binding them to its dark depths. Years later, when the village was quiet, locals still heard whispers on foggy nights, and sometimes, in the stillness, the well would call out for new souls. They warned each other, "Don't go near the well after dark, you may never come back." But the curious and the foolish would always be drawn to its depths, unable to resist the siren's call.